Hi, hello, it's Shrimpchu, and it's Pride Month, so this is a Pride-related sim build video. As you may be able to tell, I'm on that nice ace umbrella. It's pretty ace. So, we're gonna do an ace-themed build while I ramble about that. Happy Pride Month, and let's get building! Okay, so, like I said, ace-themed build. As you might be able to tell by the very rectangular nature of this, yes, it is the ace flag as a sim house. One little row of black, one little row of gray, one little row of white, one little row of purple. All the items gotta be, in the right color theme for whatever section they're in. Some of the rooms may be split over multiple color sections. It's I don't want to say it's not a functional build, because in terms of can your Sims live here and fulfill their needs, absolutely this is a functional build. But I recognize it's on the quirkier house aesthetics side. It's a fun, chaotic build, not your typical family home. But I do like it. I'm quite proud of how the kitchen came out, and I like the whole black stripe in general. But for one, yes, black's my vibe, and two, a lot of the items in The Sims that are in black are also a vibe, so I was having a lot of fun in that stripe. But grey got a bit, not in the grey, but more of, especially with walls and floors, I was getting to a point where I was squinting at things. I was like, is that meant to be white or grey? But it was fun. And I'm proud of the kitchen. I love the kitchen. I'm considering uploading the kitchen as like a room all by itself, because just chef's kiss. It's not groundbreaking, I just really liked how it turned out. But anyway, to the whole ace side of this, and I have attempted this recording a couple of times because I'm just sort of like, where do I start? What am I, little me saying something? What? Both because I'm the kind of person that doesn't really talk about things or bring something up unless someone else brings it up. And even at that, you could bring something up, but unless I'm asked specifically, I might not mention if it has any personal relevance to me, which is, on the one hand, yes, fine, valid, you don't have to share anything you don't want to, but it does make me be like, well, what about when I do want to share something, because I don't really know where the line is in the, I wish to share a thing, and the steamrolling over a conversation and just being like, listen to me. Might be bad grumbling a bit there, but hey. Awkward, socially anxious individuals, But yeah, so asexual. I feel like it's safe to say that's my main identity at this moment in time. It's the one I've known the longest, the one I'm most comfortable with, even if I'm still getting truly comfortable with it in terms of, like, being visible. Being like, yeah, I'll mention that. But a way back in 2013, fully acknowledging that, as a concept, the ace umbrella has existed for plenty long time, but 2013 is when it was very much apparent on Tumblr, and I am a fandomy little shit, so you bet I'm on Tumblr, and that's how I first came across demisexual, which I feel really like, oh come on, anyone who's watching a private video probably knows, but at the same time, let's not assume everything's valid, no one knows everything, because hey, at every point, you didn't know all the things you know now. So, demisexual is, you typically don't, experience sexual attraction without a strong emotional bond. I saw that word, I went, hot damn, that is me, that describes me, I make sense, there's a word for that, that's like a legitimate thing. I'm not, weird or broken or, really pushing it on the late bloomer thing or something, because yeah, I'm pretty sure through high school. Now, for one, a younger me didn't really care for I was one of those teens that just didn't care about crushes and all the relationshipy bullshit everyone seemed to be getting into. And I'm pretty sure that This is one of those things where, you know, when you look back and you go, ugh. But hey, we've all been through these phases or something similar. Growth, it's human. But definitely tied in, I think, a little bit into the not like other girls thing. It's like, I'm not bothering with that bullshit. Which, granted, sometimes in high school it is unnecessarily dramatic. But as a general concept, like, calm down there, little shrimp. Calm down. But we grow. We learn. My phone is even here being like, alright, cringe fast. But, okay, shut up. I'm trying to mute you. Why weren't you muted? Yes, my notification sound is in phone is a little knock knock sound. You're welcome. Sorry to everyone who just turned around to look at their bedroom door. And if my mic didn't actually pick that up somehow, well, never mind. But yes. And then also, so the whole not like blah blah blah, there's this little part where, you know, people like, you know, you told you're a late bloomer, you'll get there eventually, you'll be interested in people, whatever. So I thought, okay, I'm just one hell of a late bloomer, socially awkward, whatever. And I mean, I am socially awkward, and I do think to an extent a late bloomer in addition to being on the ace umbrella. Cause like, I relationship, yes, but I was also later to that party, which I'm quite okay with. I was not a prepared little bean. Which is a very long-winded way to be like, discovered demisexual. Several years later went, actually, I think I'm just full-on asexual. Some days I go, maybe I'm grey A, but I'm chill with asexual. We'll go with that. We'll stick with that. I'm getting comfy in this beautiful circle. Also, you bet we had to have pats. The pats have a whole corner there. It's just beautiful. I can't play The Sims without them having pats, okay? Except I can, but it feels wrong. But then I've had a few times where I've been a little more, I don't know, actively identifying. But for the most part, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm ace, and that just falls to the background, whatever. Sometimes I even forget about it, like it's not feeling like a major component in my personal identity. And then in the last sort of year or so, probably also because all of the lockdowns, I've had a lot of time to think about other things and think questions I just never thought to ask myself, and I'm questioning other things as the bottom line of that, but that's all shiny and new and not many years of like, yeah, sure, that. So, you know, if I decide anything, I'm sure I'll let you know, but until then, thumbs up. The aquarium. Don't mind the pause to be like, where was I going with that? Yeah, so last year, lockdown, thinky time. I don't know. It's also partly because I had more time to be on Tumblr and I was seeing more ace things and I just felt a little more like, yeah, I am ace, and I'm, you know, see more posts, vibe more. I followed some more accounts on different social media relating to it, just feeling a little more in the loop slightly, I suppose, because I'm not very good for being in the loop. But all this led to, because I've sort of been, yes, I am ace, and I've been okay with that. I've been like, great. But there's a little concept argument bullshit of like, you know, whether or not ace like belongs in the LGBTA, you know, if they're the A, blah blah blah. Because some people are like, no, exclusion, boo. Don't listen to those people. But somewhere along the line, my brain went, they are wrong. The A does include asexual, but not me. Mostly because for the most part, I've just assumed I am heteroromantic. It's like, I'm not enough to be in the alphabet there, no. Which is a running theme with me in any identity, quite frankly. I self-gatekeep a little too well, and every time I think I'm over it. But anyway, this is the wall we're breaking down, and that's going okay on this one. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna put it out there, you know? Sneakily sneak some specifically colored heart emojis into my little bios on, you know, Twitter and stuff. Be a little more open. Had some talks with friends, just being more open, and also like some of my friends who do have various identities and just talking about how things are. Woo. If you're any of my friends who have ever like talked about with stuff and things, you're awesome, I love you, you're valid. you know, if you needed that reminder. So that sort of brings me to me, where I'm in a weird sort of limbo, because I'm like, yes, the asexual is in the A, as well as aromantic and agender. You all valid. But I'm just like, but that includes me, and that makes me part of the, and there's an identity shift where I'm like, have always seen myself as like, ally. Identifies those things, but like, that's not important. Just ally. And now I'm like, wait, I'm in the thing? I count? What? I feel like it's also partially a divide between like my online life and my IRL life. Just purely because I am naturally more open online, both from just spending more time being more comfortable in spaces and, you know, the friends I've made there, and it just coming up more, I guess. Like, I've never came out as such IRL. My one work friend knows, and my like IRL, like super duper wonderful friend I've had for 5 billion years knows, but generally speaking, nope. I've never came out properly. I've never been at a pride since having any, like, I went to a couple of prides back in my teens whenever I wasn't even aware of Demi, never mind anything else, so I was like purely like straight ally to my friends who did have identities. And now I'm just like, the weird thought of like, if I ever was to go to a pride event again, there'd be a bit like, oh boy, this is kind of different now, isn't it? But is it? Even like this month I bought some pride, you saw the flags at the start, I got them, and I got a rainbow squid hat, because if you followed me on YouTube and certain other YouTube channels long enough, you know I'm a sucker for a novelty hat that may or may not be animal themed. And if not, you missed nothing amusing, I promise. Oh, where are we in this video? We're near the end. I've rambled a lot. I like the outside too. I don't know if like this is supposed to have a message, a real point, or is it a bit like whenever you just see content creators reference something that relates to you and you just feel a little more valid? It's like anytime Dan or Phil have ever said anything about asexual, they've mentioned asexuality, like a little part of my heart just goes, oh, I'm valid. Obviously, you know, your own personal idols and people you may or may not stan, as you do. Listen, we're all valid, we're all figuring ourselves out in our own time. No matter where you are in your own individual personal timeline, you're valid. You're gonna get wherever you want to be. And you're gonna be exactly how you're supposed to be. Also, oh boy, have I been a walking stereotype longer than I realized what I could be a walking stereotype for. From the puns and the dragon and the sweet tooth cake department. Hi. I hope you have a wonderful pride. I know it's near the end of the month, but hey, let's have all summer. Let's face it, based in the UK alone, the pride events are all over the place. Also, I keep forgetting, but gallery ID, Shrimpchu. And yes, this is a bigger flag on my chair. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, you know, you can do the YouTube things if you want to. If you want to check out the rest of my content, I'm generally a little more horror movies, a sprinkle of variety, because I'm a sucker for any good story game, and I like to build things in The Sims, and it usually ends up being recreating things from shows and other games. Bye!